Hello there and welcome to Mike's Garden. And today we are going to talk about one of my favorite plants, the pothos. So to start with, let me introduce to you Epipremnum aureum, popularly known as the pothos. I have the jade pothos or the green pothos, and I also have the golden pothos, the snow queen pothos, the marble queen, the neon pothos, and the pearls and jade pothos, also known in other parts of the world as the enjoy pothos. So to start with, I would like to show you the golden pothos. This is the golden pothos. That is also a golden pothos. The same golden pothos, but they look different, right? If you can see, one is greener, one is yellower and more golden. The greener one spends time about 15 feet away from the nearest window, while the golden one is spending about 3 to 4 hours of morning sunlight, and that made the biggest difference. Sunlight plays a very important role in the morphology or growth of plants. You give your pothos, or indoor plants for that matter, morning light only, and that will make a very, very big difference. And this is the marble queen. The marble queen looks different from the golden pothos. It has narrower leaves and it looks mottled with green, yellow, or white variegation. It is not in the shade, but it gets a lot of indirect sunlight the whole day. So that's how it's going to maintain the beautiful variegation that you can see in this plant. And the next one is the snow queen. If you would describe it, it's still the same pothos, Epipremnum aureum snow queen, but it has smaller leaves and a slow grower. Really very, very slow. But there's a secret to make it grow faster. Morning sunlight. 3 to 4 hours of morning sun will make your plant grow faster. There is a similar one that practically looks the same as the snow queen. This is the pearls and jade pothos. It is thicker. The foliage is thicker to a point that it has almost enveloped the base of the plant. Isn't she lovely? Now I would like to show you the neon pothos. In Australia, it is also known as the Goldilocks pothos. Probably in some parts of the world, they would call it lemon lime. But be it as it may, it's neon pothos. It's neon green with a little bit of tinge of yellow, but it is really light green, or simply neon pothos. I like this plant very much. This is the last pothos acquisition I have, and I like how it looks because it looks very similar to lemon lime philodendron, but there's a big difference. The biggest difference between the lemon lime philodendron and the neon pothos is philodendrons normally maintain a sheath on a new leaf. This is the leaf sheath. Philodendrons will always have a leaf sheath, while the pothos does not have a leaf sheath. That is the sheath that covers the leaf before it comes out. You will never see this little thing in a pothos. But if you look at them, there's a striking similarity between these two plants. One is a philodendron and the other is an Epipremnum aureum. Now, what's the difference? Now you know. You can actually propagate your pothos asexually by cutting them in nodes. I have propagated a few, by the way, and you can see just how long that root really is. That's a big long root, but you can already see some of the smaller roots coming out of the main root. Now is the jade pothos. This is all green and it can withstand low light. I have propagated this recently, and you would see that you could see how long that root is, and I think I would let it trail and let it grow in this vase. I was wondering if you remember this leaf. Yes, this probably came out in Mike's Garden's initial blog. You see how large it is? Your ficus or Ficus elastica, the rubber plant, leaves may not be as big as this one because it is planted in a pot and not enjoying enough indirect sunlight. Now, I had my Ficus or Ficus elastica planted in ground, and after several years, the leaves of my elastica has grown really big. And there's only one reason for that: a lot of sunlight. That's what it does. Same is true with your pothos. You would say, mine is a giant pothos, but the real influencing factor is the amount of morning sunlight you give your beloved plants. So you can do that too. Now, let's go to one of my favorite plants. The plant family is the Maranthaceae family, featuring the prayer plant. I only have 3 with me at the moment. I will make a separate blog featuring just the top 10 of my prayer plants in the future. But today I would like to introduce you to my Stramanthe Trio Star or Trio Star, otherwise known as Stramanthe thalia. And this is the Calathea or Calathea orbifolia. This is a very beautiful plant, but this is still a small one. A mature orbifolia will have larger leaves, and they are adorable with those big shiny leaves. And I have my Tinanthe amagris. Lovely little plant, but this will not really grow as big as the other plants. I had this when it was a juvenile, really very small, but just a few months or almost a year after, it has grown to be this big clump. Look at that. That is the Tinanthe amagris. Beautiful plant. If you want to take care of prayer plants, you may encounter one specific problem, and that is the problem of the lack of humidity, and that is very common in most temperate countries. The Philippines may not have that problem because the tropics normally is a very humid place. So bless the Filipinos, you have better looking plants because of your humidity in your locality. And for me, I envy that, because here, to be able to keep plants, we have to artificially stimulate humidity using a humidifier. That's the shortcut. Otherwise, you can have several methods of intensifying humidity, but again, the shortcut is get a humidifying machine. Now, before I forget, this is my favorite fern. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So for me, this is a beautiful fern, and it's called the maidenhair fern. It has very intricate leaf pattern or very intricate fronds. It's a frond, not a leaf, really. And you see that they have very thin, tiny branches, but they are dark branches. And if you like to look at it closely, you'd realize that it is a very delicate plant, but easy to maintain if you know what to do. All it needs is indirect sun or a bit in the shade and a lot of watering. By I mean watering, it is a requirement if you like to maintain ferns especially the maiden hair fern, you have to water it every day provided you have a free draining soil in your pot, which means that water will ooze out freely at the bottom of the pot and you can water it every day. That is the secret to maintaining a maiden's hair fern, and you will find out it will give you a lot of hours of satisfaction. If there is one learning today that needs to be emphasized about pothos, it is the amount of morning sunlight that you give your plant. That is important. And before we go, I would like to say thank you very much to all of you for following me on my Facebook page, Mike's Garden. I really appreciate the time that you have given me to look at my videos, and some of you have even shared it to your friends. I really appreciate that, and forever I am grateful, and I am humbled by that because I know that I have taken much of your time doing so. But again, thank you very much, and I hope to see you again on Mike's Garden.